Hello and welcome to the MSTieCast. I'm Toby Mobius.
And this is Justin Toder.
And first of all, welcome all the new listeners that have joined in after we did the Jackie Ray Naaman episode. It's very cool to have you.
Yes, it is. We've gotten a lot of new listeners and likes on the Facebook page. We're really happy to see that.
Yeah, for like a week or so after the episode went up, the Twitter feed was just booming with new follows and the Facebook page and all that, and the Tumblr, of course, people following the Tumblr. Just really, really cool to have you guys, and I really hope you like what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry about the length in getting the new episode out here. Both Toby and I had scheduling issues recently. It's like we tried to record one night, one of us would either be working late or it was the other person who was working late. And it's just, yeah. It was a real nightmare. But hey, it's like we got jobs, we gotta make money, and it's like it just took a while, but we finally worked out, finally got a time down where we could record a new episode. Thankfully.
Yep. Yeah, it was a long time coming, but it's finally here. Mm-hmm. And since we've been gone for almost the entire month, almost 2 months, we should catch up on some news.
Oh yeah, plenty of news to talk about.
First and foremost, RiffTrax did another Kickstarter, which neither of us were able to donate to, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once again they launched another RiffTrax Kickstarter for the live shows that they're going to put out this year, and it's a pretty nifty lineup. So on May 6th we have The Room, the infamous Tommy Wiseau disaster piece. I'm looking forward to that one because I've only seen bits and pieces of the movie over the years. From various online reviewers. I mean, it's like they've tackled it and shown just what a horrible movie it is. So the guys did their tracks for it like a couple years ago, but it's like I was like just never bothered to get my own copy of the movie for obvious reasons. So I was really excited to see that they're doing a live one. So that's good. And then we have another movie that I hadn't heard of until recently, the Miami Connection. That's in October. I heard that one's pretty infamous and bad. And they're taking on Sharknado 2 during the summer in July 9th. And to end the year for the holiday live show, Santa and the Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
So quite the spectacular lineup.
Yes, as the RiffTrax people are calling it, the Crappening.
Yeah, the Crappening is pretty accurate.
The Crappening 2015. It's gonna be fun, I think. I'm going to try and go to at least one. Normally, I'm not able to go to any RiffTrax live just because I usually don't have the money or don't ride. Both of those are being fixed. Live money now, obviously. So I'm going to try and go. And I'm attempting to go to The Room. It depends, but I'm hopeful because I love everything surrounding The Room. I have not been able to finish reading the Disaster Artist because I was borrowing it from a friend, and she hadn't finished it. So I need to actually get my own copy of it. But from what I've read, it's a fantastic book about a terrible movie. And a very, very odd man, Tommy Wiseau. If you don't know, it's written by Greg Sestero, who stars as Mark in the film and was also the line producer for the film, because the original actor playing Mark was fired on day one and replaced with Greg Sestero.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Etc., etc.
For those who have never seen The Room, once you see it, you will understand the references if you have been fortunate or unfortunate enough not to see this yet.
I know people that have just now seen it for the first time. Like, they've heard of it, but they hadn't seen it. And they've seen it, and now they too are devotees of The Room. Also, Tommy Wiseau has a new sitcom out. It's on Hulu. It's called The Neighbors. I'm hearing mixed things. Some people say it's really funny. Others say it's like it's him doing forced weirdness, kind of like his video game show they had on YouTube for a while. So I guess it's up to your own interpretation of if it's funny or not. I haven't seen any of it.
Neither have I, no.
Yeah, Hulu doesn't work very well with my computer, so I haven't been able to catch any of it. Hopefully I will at some point, because my friend and I are going to be doing a thing where we I'm going to be able to use their Hulu account, they're going to use my Netflix, and we're going to kind of trade that way. So hopefully I'll watch it that way. Mm-hmm. And if as soon as I do, I'll get an episode out to talk about it. Because it looks odd. It definitely looks odd. And Wiseau writes and stars in it, so that's always a recipe for success.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the actual RiffTrax thing, they wanted $75,000. They got $250,000 and some change.
Yep.
Which, and again, is fantastic for them. They were able to get, multiple times back the original goal. In this case, it's like what?
75. It was 75,000 this time, which was
that
was done in I think it was 7 or 8 hours. It was already funded, so it's that was the fastest yet. The previous one was just under, I think it was 12 or 13 hours. So for each time they've done a Kickstarter, the how fast it gets funded has increased to within hours, not even a day, which is insane. And so they added in a bunch of nice stretch goals for people, to give them incentive to keep donating.
I'm really looking forward to how this is all going to play out, especially with all the backer goals that people got for donating. Again, neither of us were able to, but if you did, it looks like you're getting some good stuff. There's there's ringtones coming out, digital posters, an MP3 re-riff of The Room, MP3 riff of Deadly Hallows before it went on sale. All this really cool stuff. So
yeah,
y'all are lucky. Dang.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish I could have given a couple bucks and I would have, gotten all this stuff. But, it happens. I'll wait for the next one because there's one every year now.
And there's also a bunch of free shorts as well, because I got a couple of free shorts.
Right.
Last one. The re-riff of A Case of Spring Fever and one of those I downloaded on the computer.
Right.
So yeah, it's going to be a fun RiffTrax year. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully I can be able to make the room as well, because my current schedule, I like to work until 8 in the evening, and that's when RiffTrax usually starts. So I'm going to have to see if I can get out an hour and a half, an hour, which I don't think should be too much problem, hopefully. Because where I work, my schedule shifts every couple months, so it's my hours can change slightly here and there with my days off. So it's just part of the thing. I gotta roll with it. But anyway,
it's gonna be on a Wednesday this time for the room. Wednesday, May 6th.
Yep.
Normally do it on Thursdays, so that's odd.
Yeah, it used to be on Thursday, so I was like.
Well, that's good because I'm usually off on Wednesdays because that's usually when I do Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. And I guess that will just be an off week because I'm going to see RiffTrax. I don't care about Dungeons and Dragons. Who needs to slaughter orcs when I can watch Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah.
He's basically an orc. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. Speaking of destroying things? Okay, this is a weird segue. Yeah. No, but not really.
Hey, whatever works.
Okay, it's a terrible segue. The MST3K official YouTube channel has been posting several episodes. I say several. It's more like 4? Yeah, it's 4. Including Manos, the Hands of Fate, as we mentioned in the last episode with Miss Jackie Ray.
Yep, so you get to watch it on YouTube for free. Yeah!
Yes, on YouTube for free in 1080p equivalent, because, the episodes aren't really in that great of quality to begin with.
Yeah, especially Manos.
I mean, it's still higher quality than you'd see on most YouTube channels, because let's face it, every episode is on YouTube anyway.
Mm-hmm.
These are official, and to make it even better, they are annotated, so you can actually see the explanation for some of these riffs that you didn't get before.
Yep.
For example,
mm-hmm.
I rewatched Soul Taker for like the millionth time, but this time with the annotations on, and I actually noticed myself catching jokes that I wasn't able to like quite hear before over the audio track, like of the film playing, like Mike, is it Mike or Crow? I think it's Crow actually that makes a reference to the Semisonic song "Closing Time."
Mm-hmm.
They're escaping the gas station, and I believe it's Crow. I can't quite remember. I can't quite hear it over the audio mix of the film. Say, every new beginning is some other beginning's end, or something like that. You know, it's a line from the song, and I didn't hear it before, which is weird because I've seen this episode several times, and I didn't catch it before. Of course, sometimes the annotations are a bit silly, like explaining who Johnny Cash is or David Bowie.
So there probably are people out there who may not know who they are, but you know,
it's like what larva's watching MST3K and doesn't know who and don't know who these people are. Like, knowing about MST3K in the first place requires a certain knowledge of pop culture. Because, I mean, if I say it to people I work with who are, 18 to 24-year-old people, I usually get blank stares. So, I guess I'm saying if you're watching MST3K, you kind of have to know a certain amount of pop culture already. So it's like, who doesn't know who David Bowie is if they're watching MST? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
now, gotta give a shout out to the people who are doing the annotations for Shout. They're the people who run the annotated MST website. If you've never been there, www.annotatedmst.com. These guys have been around for a long time, and they've compiled annotations for a good portion of the episodes. They've done 113 of the series annotated so far. That includes the KTMA as well, for those of the hardcore collecting variety. And I don't know how they did, but they worked out something with Shout to put up the annotations for these episodes that they put up on the channel for free, which is pretty awesome. And speaking of more free MST3K, Shout has created a website, Shout Factory TV, where there's episodes of episodes of various TV shows available to watch for free, and of course MST3K being one of their prime things, they put up a bunch of episodes you can watch for free on the site. Pretty good selection, and you got classics like Cave Dwellers, Killer Shrews, Brad the Monster Go-Go. Let's see, what's the other good one? Oh, Ega, I Accuse My Parents. Some Coleman Francis, like Red Zone Cuba and the BC Flats. And then you got some good ones from the later seasons, like Incredibly Strange Creatures, Touch of Satan, Final Sacrifice, Girl Go Boots. So there's plenty of good stuff if you haven't seen any of these episodes, you don't have any of the box sets. This is a nice way to be able to check some stuff you haven't seen before without having to pay for it. So kudos to Shout. It's amazing how much of the episodes are available out, just online for viewing. It's pretty ridiculous. And actually, if I remember correctly, PBS stations recently got a package of some edited episodes, cut down just a little bit so they could fit into a time frame. It's only like a couple episodes. I think it's like 4 or 5. I think it's like the PBS. I think it's somewhere in Minnesota. It's the first one who got it, and like they've been
Of
airing the
course.
episodes on weekends. Yeah, no surprise there. So, it's like, we'll see if that will spread to other PBS stations across the country. It's like, obviously it's just like an experiment to see if there's enough interest to, and you might see more of it. So, who knows? In the future, you might be able to watch MSTieCast on your television again through PBS of all places. It's pretty crazy.
I really would like my local PBS affiliate, PVA 30 in Atlanta, to pick up MST3K because they have a lot of. I'm not gonna. They have some offbeat choices for stuff you would normally see on a PBS station. They choose some odd things for their like local telethons and stuff like that. Including at one point, and I believe I mentioned this on the show before, the 1989 Batman movie inexplicably appearing on PBS at like 10 o'clock at night. It's you usually don't see that on PBS. They used to show Doctor Who as well, but they have since stopped around the time that Sci-Fi Channel stopped and it started appearing exclusively on BBC America, in my neck of the woods at least.
One of the PBS stations in that's near me, there's two of them that are within a certain vicinity. One of them still shows like Doctor Who on Saturday nights.
Nice.
Like the current stuff. A little bit behind to BBC America, but
Yeah.
so yeah, it's that one has been showing like Doctor Who on and off since I was a kid. That's how I first saw some Doctor Who. It was like back in the 80s. They were showing like all the 70s and early 80s stuff, Tom Baker and all that. So I saw like a little bit of it. It's like I didn't understand what the hell that was when I was a kid. It seemed really bizarre, but wasn't much else to watch on Saturday night.
Right.
Except others than late night movies. Yeah, thankfully I found stuff like Joe Bob Briggs in the 90s.
4 stars. Check it out. But yeah, I really would love if MST3K aired in my local, especially because we don't get retro TV at my house, which is also showing MST3K over the air. It's an over the air TV station, as we've discussed before, but I don't get it because I have digital cable, and we don't have a way to view over the air stations yet. We're thinking about ditching our cable very soon and just doing that and watching Netflix. Because, we have internet. What do we need cable for? Everything's on the internet.
Yeah.
Especially because HBO is about to do the HBO to go thing without a HBO subscription. So
you can get that. You can get access to all the HBO stuff, without the need to have cable.
Exactly. I mean, if Showtime would do that, I'd be set. But my grandparents, everything they want to watch is on Hulu and Netflix, and can be watched online on other websites. And the only thing I'm watching on TV right now is like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I can watch that online. What do I need cable for? And if we get over the air, then I can watch MST3K on television as intended. So I'm all for this.
So, MST3K it's kind of all over the place.
Oh, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention Steven Universe one more time. That show that Joel is currently a cast member of. He appeared a couple weeks ago in an episode called Political Power, in which he had a significant role and was in most of the episode. And true to form, he is hilarious. And he appeared in the subsequent episode, The Return, just giving great lines. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'm going to do it spoiler-free as possible. But suffice to say, there is a giant spaceship in the sky shaped like a pointing hand. He calls Steven, the young male protagonist, and goes, "Steven, as a politician, pointing fingers make me nervous." It's I can't even match his delivery. It's just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Joel is just great as Mayor Bill Dewey, and really he's a reason to watch the show. Among many of the other reasons, including the fact that it's just a fantastic bit of animation. Joel, whenever he's on screen, just steals the scene, and he's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, go watch Steven Universe if you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
I need to check out Joel's series on Crackle with what's the name of it? Copying comedians.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like getting coffee with comedians. Yeah, I need to watch that as well. I've seen one episode and I like it, but I haven't watched the other ones.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it, I just haven't gotten around to it. I mean, it's like not like on TV, but you can look stuff on Crackle through my Blu-ray player because they have like a channel app on my Blu-ray player, just like Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Right.
Which is what I have. I don't have Netflix currently. Amazon Prime has got a lot of great stuff. Their streaming is really good. Oh yeah, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee is the name of it.
Comedians in Cars, yeah.
Yeah, and he's had Seinfeld himself, Jimmy Fallon, Michael Richards, a lot of very familiar comedic faces. Jon Stewart. It's like.
I think I've watched the one with Jon Stewart. That's the one I've seen.
I heard this one with him and Jerry Seinfeld was really good.
Yeah, I think that was the first one, was him and Jerry Seinfeld.
Because him and Jerry go way back.
Yeah, I have a friend. She's never seen MST, so we watched some of that, and I also showed her Joel's Agent J bit from the John Candy comedian thing that was on HBO, and it's still just a great bit of comedy. The Invisible Man answering the phone and the pocket mohawk and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's still really great prop comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish he'd appear on not Letterman, because he's basically gone, but I mean, I guess as a farewell thing, I would like to see Joel on Letterman one more time, or do his sketch on Conan, or James Corden, the Late Late Show with James Corden, which by the way is fantastic.
Oh yeah. I saw my mom shared with me on Facebook. He had Tom Hanks on, and they did this skit. They recreated scenes from all of Tom Hanks movies in a 7 to 8 minute span, and it's hilarious.
James Corden is fantastic.
He's really funny.
I love Craig Ferguson, and Craig Ferguson
was really awesome, but this guy's definitely
he's a worthy successor. He's doing his own thing. He isn't just copying Ferguson, because Ferguson always had a very offbeat kind of shtick.
Yeah,
robot skeleton sidekick.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
impromptu musical numbers.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, from what I've seen, this guy's pretty good. So,
and he's also on Doctor Who. So yeah, he plays my favorite character in Doctor Who. So pretty happy about that. I'm told he was good in Into the Woods, but I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, one other thing I recently got to with some friends, which is always fun. Me and 3 other friends, we watched a RiffTrax MST double feature. We did RiffTrax of Fist of Fury, which is a Bruce Lee movie.
Nice.
And then we watched from one of the latest Foxes, the Turkey Day Fox Skull with Robot Rumpus.
Nice.
Short. Yeah. The Fist of Fury was, I love Bruce Lee movies. I'm a martial arts. I love martial arts movies. And Bruce Lee is awesome. I've loved him since I was a kid. So I was really interested to see what they were going to do. And I have to, I will admit, as much as I love that movie, they did a really good job with the riffing. It is really funny. They do good, making fun of stuff on screen, but also you can tell the guys are really Bruce Lee is a really awesome badass. We can still make jokes
I have to check that one out because I do love me a good kung fu movie.
I highly recommend checking it out. It's quite good. And I had not seen the Screaming Skull, or Robot Rumpus before, and I'd heard both, and really good things about Robot Rumpus, and I was we had a good time. Like, oh my god, Robot Rumpus is the ripping on that Gumby short is absolutely fantastic.
To me, it's honestly the best short like they've done. Like to me, it's the timing is just spot on, and it's got such good material.
Oh, some of the riffing that they came up for that short, and it's not that long. Well, they cut some of it out from what I read.
Yeah,
but it's because they couldn't do the whole thing because they still had the movie to do. I mean, Screaming Skull was just barely over an hour anyway, but oh my god,
son, I'm gonna need a can of Play-Doh to replace my butt.
Hey, no, that's Wallace and Gromit's yard. Oh,
damn,
God.
I need more pig's blood.
Yep.
That squares my breasts.
Habitat against humanity.
He's extremely high crotch.
I'm gonna set his strength level to Don Knotts.
Kind of slacking off in the house shaking there, Ron.
It's just so good. It's one of I don't know if I can say it's the best. It's definitely one of the best shorts they ever did.
It's definitely my favorite, I will say. It's like I said, the timing and the riffs are just perfect. Like whatever I haven't seen the full short in its entirety, like unriffed, but whatever they cut out, I'm kind of glad because as it stands, the comedic timing is just perfect to me.
It's so
like.
Good.
There's no dull moment between riffs, and when it is, it's something that's actually funny happening on screen, intentional or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a real winner. And some people think maybe the short overshadows the job they did at B. I didn't feel that way. I mean, I definitely think short is a real highlight. The riffing on for the movie The Screaming Skull was pretty good too. A lot of good stuff. They had a fun, kooky character work with Mickey the Gardener. They had a lot of fun with that character. And there was a lot of good riffing.
The actual Screaming Skull sketch.
Oh god, that was one of that's the best sketch in that episode of all the whole segments. That killed us.
That's honestly like one of the best host segments of that season, and that's a pretty strong season.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this is a season 9 episode. It's like right near the end. So in season 9 it had a lot of good stuff in it. But that whole segment where Crow basically pretends to be, a disembodied, Screaming Skull to try to scare Mike, and it's a little too effective because Mike just freaks the heck out and starts trying to destroy Crow. So he uses a baseball bat and then switches to golf clubs, and while going just screaming almost like nonstop, and it's so funny. We were dying. It was just so good.
It's wonderful.
So yeah, that's a real underrated sleeper episode in my opinion. Great short, really hilarious whole segment, good riffing on the movie. It's definitely worth checking out. And I like Joel's new intro for the episode with Crow and Servo. It was pretty cute too because they're playing with Screaming Skulls as well. And they're like, I haven't gone through the rest of the bonus features on the DVD yet, but
I really need to get the Turkey Day collection as soon as I can.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. It's think of it like it's like a preview if you saw the marathon, the self segments for the marathon back in this past Turkey Day. It's Joel with the bots. Trace does Crow, and JL reprises Servo. So it's like it's a little mini MST reunion, and they're a lot of fun. So and they did one for each episode in that box set. It's like it doesn't matter. It's just like we got Mike episodes on here. We're gonna do some intros and have some fun.
All right. Well, I'll definitely have to see if I can find it on sale somewhere. I will definitely pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll because and I know Shout Factory does sales a lot, so as soon as I see it, I will probably get it on sale.
Yeah. Amazon does sales, and I went to my local Barnes and Noble the other day, and they had some of the MST sets on sale. Like the Turkey Day was like a 30% off sticker. So it's like, it's like, so if you're lucky enough to find it, that one's definitely worth checking out. It's a good episode. So we had that was a really fun night. It's like both new and old riffing, or old school, or classic riffing, I guess you could say. Maybe. So it was a lot of fun. Look forward to when we get to do that again. We've been trying to do it periodically, usually at least once a month.
Cool.
Yeah,
well,
it's fun.
Like I said, I'll definitely have to keep an eye out for that.
It's fun to be able to watch that stuff with your friends and not by yourself. It's like so you can get
right. MST3K is a very different experience in a group as opposed to by yourself. Because then, like when you're with your friends, you'll start calling out your own riffs or something like that. It's
we do that different thing. Too. Yeah.
Well,
my friend came up with one or two ones. We were watching Fist of Fury. Which was, one of them was really good. I can't recall what it was. Sadly, because it made me go laugh really good.
Haikiba.
Yeah. Go Haikiba action.
Well, I think that about does it for current MST3K news. Do you have anything else to add?
No. Covered all the big news and the other thing that we could have talked about, but it's not out yet, is the latest box set just came out this past week that we recorded that had the Hercules Radio Secret Service, Secret Just International, and Space Shark.
Right.
Usually Shout releases the next what the episode's going to be in the next set. They really saying that it's normally they do, but they're holding off on it. They didn't say why, but they said that they're going to announce what the titles are soon. So that's got fans on the net speculating on, why they're delaying the announcement. My guess, along with some other people's, is that they maybe scored another big deal for episodes that were thought to be unattainable. There's a lot of possibilities, so it'll be interesting to see. We'll find out once they finally, release what the set lineup for the next one is. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. But so it's like fans are waiting a little bit of anticipation when like, okay, it's like hopefully it's something really cool, when it finally comes out. So we'll just have to wait and see.
All right. I guess as soon as news becomes available on that, we'll report on it.
Yeah, probably by the time we do the next episode, we'll hopefully.
We are definitely going to get this episode out earlier in the month, as soon as possible, and
hopefully do another one as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Scheduling permitting.
Yeah, schedule permitting. All right, well, I think that about does it for this episode. Yep. Justin, thanks for joining me again.
Oh, always a pleasure.
All right, so again, everyone, thank you very much for listening. If you have a question or comment, feel free to drop us a line at either mailbag@MSTieCast.com, send us a message on Tumblr, Facebook, or Twitter, however you want to do it. Thanks very much for listening. Because you're mine, I walk the intensive care unit. Take care.
Take care, guys. See you later.
Now, poopy.